What is going on, everybody? It is Frank the Tank, and today we are looking back at a bowling ball that I reviewed in the past. This time we're going to be looking at the IQ Tour Emerald, and I gotta say, what a coincidence it is, because the Storm have decided that they are discontinuing the IQ Tour Emerald. That sucks, but I knew it had to happen because there's already the IQ Tour Nano Pearl, which is very, very good. I've been seeing it, and of course there's the one that reigns at the top of the mountain out of all the IQ Tours, the IQ Tour Edition. And, you know, I just knew it. I knew it had to happen eventually, even if the IQ Tour Emerald was going to stay, because, you know, I know for one thing that Storm do is they never keep, you know, they'll never really keep a bowling ball on their site for a long time. However, the High Road, the Pitch Black, the IQ Tour Edition, the High Road Pearl, they're still on there, but I know eventually they will reach the very end and get discontinued. I know it. We all know it. We're going to have to prepare for that day. It's going to hurt, but it's going to happen. We all know it. So yeah, unfortunately, the IQ Tour Emerald is out. So if you want one, good luck trying to find one now, because as soon as they did that, which was like a couple days ago from when I'm making this little clip here, people are snagging them like crazy. All the 15-pounders are pretty much gone. If you go looking for them, they're gone. So you'll find it in 16, you'll find it in 14, 13, 12 probably, but you will not find it in 15. And if you're a two-hander and you're trying to find it with the specs that I try to find it, yeah, good freaking luck. So yeah, luckily I still have mine. It's still in my possession, and it's the same old one that I used in that part 1 video that I made last year. It's got some wear and tear on it, that's for sure. I've used it in league, I've taken it to so many league nights, I've taken it to so many practice sessions. If I had to say, I haven't been keeping track, but I do know for a fact that I've had well over 90, maybe even over 100 games on the thing, so it's got some wear and tear for sure. So yeah, I haven't had it tossed in the oven, I haven't had the oil taken out of it, I haven't had it sanded, I haven't had it cleaned whatsoever. It's still, you know, I left it as it is, basically. So we're gonna see if this IQ Tour Emerald still holds up after all these games that I have played with it, after this large amount of use that I have given it. So let's go to the lanes and let's see what we can do with it.
Yeah. DOC Hambone. Not quite the same response Weber gives you when he gets his ham bone, but pretty exciting messenger nonetheless.
Okay, everybody, there you guys have it. The IQ Tour Emerald Part 2 is done and dusted. So, let's start from the very beginning. You may notice, and I forgot to mention this in the beginning of the video, I played on 2 lanes instead of 1. And the reason for that was because when I was at the counter paying for my games, the lady was like, she was telling me, do you want to play on 2 lanes or do you want to play on 1? And that caught me off guard because I'm like, what happened to 1 lane? And she was like, well, it's not busy here, and you know, normally when it is packed, like I know, like, because you see, one of the strict rules that they had because of COVID when they reopened was that they're not allowing people to play on 2 lanes unless you have like a group of 4 or 5 people. Then you can be allowed to play on 2 lanes. But for this particular day, there wasn't a lot of people in the center. There were, apart from myself and the employees, there were probably only like 3 or 4 people, and they were on the other far side of the lane. They were on the right side of the building. Meanwhile, you could see I was on the very left side of the building. So she was like, screw it, we can give you 2 lanes if you want. So I was like, okay, shoot, I don't see why not. I mean, when you're given the opportunity to bowl on 2 lanes, you're not gonna not take that opportunity, right? So, and also I wanted to see if I still had what it took to bowl on 2 lanes, because let's all be honest here, folks, it's a lot more challenging to bowl on 2 lanes than only 1 lane. Yeah, it was surprisingly hard because I realized why it's a lot more challenging. Like, I totally had forgotten what was so difficult about bowling on 2 lanes until I had tried this, and it was memorizing different lines for both lanes, and you know, the transitions on both lanes. It was tougher, you know, and part of that reason is because, you know, all these other reviews that I've done previously were all on 1 lane, and I was so used to that because it's not difficult. You know, you only have to memorize the transition, you only have to memorize that 1 line that you're taking on that 1 lane, whereas this one it's 2. So yeah, it was kind of a little bit overwhelming for me, but I managed to keep it together. You know, I didn't let myself get too overwhelmed, otherwise I would have had the worst scores ever. So I will say, not bad, job well done on that for my return to 2 lanes instead of 1. So another thing I want to say is, I know I played 4 games, and in my part 1 I played 3, but let's just pretend I didn't play that game 4. If you add the total together, those 3 games that I played in this part 2, I managed 645. And in part 1, I think I got 637 or 638, I can't remember. But I know bottom line is that I only just did a pinch better in this video than I did in that one. And that's kind of sad. But yeah, there's no excuse. I'm not going to say, well, I just played on 2 lanes for the first... No, I'm not going to say that. But yeah, in the end, job well done, I would say. And yeah, I know one other thing I want to say is, a lot of you have expressed your opinion about me using the camera down below, how much you guys love to see that. And I was going to do it for this one, but then I had totally forgotten. I had played on 2 lanes, and there is no room for me to, like, you know, just... Because what I want to do is, since you guys really like that, I want to be able to put that camera down below playing at the same time whilst I have that regular camera view going on. So I'll come up with something. I definitely want to do that, because you see, I aim to try to please everyone. I know there's some of you that prefer to see the regular camera view, and and then there's those of you who prefer to see the camera down below instead. So what I'm going to do for this next ball review, I don't know what it's going to be. I'll leave you guys guessing on that one. I'm going to try to figure out a way where I can have both those cameras running. I know I think I can figure something out, but the thing is, I want to put that camera down below playing, but I don't want it to take up like a huge portion of the screen, because I want the main camera view to be displayed there without that one being in the way. So I'll definitely do that, since you guys really love it so much. Well, those of you who, you know, commented on my last video about it, I'll definitely try to work something out there. So the next thing, let's talk about the ball reaction. So it's surprising for me personally that even though I played well over 100+ games with this ball, it still holds up really nicely. And I was actually quite stunned that the ball reaction, like the shape going down lane, was a lot stronger than my part 1 series, which makes sense because my form, my skill level, my rev rate, my power was not as great as it is now. But I was stunned to see that. I mean, the hook on the ball, it was like the pins were magnets and the ball was that metal, like, you know, that iron that gets attracted to it. Like, when it just turns, it like boom, you know. And the crazy thing about the hook was, as soon as it changed direction, it's like it picked up speed and, like, you know, just gained more power and just plowed right through the pins. It was really insane to see that. So that's definitely your obvious difference there. I mean, I never noticed that in my part 1 series, which makes sense. Again, you know, power, speed, all that stuff weren't as great as they are now, but that was really, really cool. And it's great to see that the ball still holds up even after 100 games played on this thing. Believe me, I put some serious wear and tear on this ball. Like I said, I've taken it to league, I've taken it to practice sessions. This ball has been in my main arsenal since the day I bought it, so job well done. So I know a lot of you want to know, will I put this one up to be auctioned off? Will I not? And the answer is yes. I'm going to put it up to be auctioned off for one of you guys to get. And I know a lot of you think, you're crazy, this ball just got discontinued and you're just going to give it up? This thing is going to be rare. And the truth is, I somehow luckily managed to obtain a second IQ Tour Emerald. In this one, I am going to get it drilled the right way. What I mean by that is, you see, this ball, like, I don't know, did I mention in the beginning? I don't even remember what I said. But I think I mentioned something about how I didn't have the right finger pitches, and it makes my release a little bit uncomfortable. And the reason for that is because, like I said, I took it to another guy to have it drilled, and he didn't do it right. He just drilled the hole straight down. Whereas my Pro Shop guy, he knows exactly what I need in terms of the whole finger pitches based on my power, my rev rate, my release, all that stuff. So yeah, I managed to find it, and this one only had like a 2.5 to 3 pin on it, and the top weight is under 3 ounces. I know that, so it's good for a two-hander, that's for sure. So this thing is definitely legal for like tournaments and stuff. This one is going to have a 3.5 to 4 pin, which is better because it allows you the option to have more pin up layouts. And technically 2.5 to 3 is like and lower, like, you know, when the pin to CG distance is a lot, you know, smaller, that should be technically used for like pin down layouts, whereas the longer ones are pin up. So yeah, this one I'm gonna put the exact same layout, and I'm gonna have my Pro Shop guy make I'm gonna have him put the right finger pitches for me so that my release is a little better and a little more comfortable, I guess you could say. So yeah, this one will be auctioned off. One of you is gonna get the chance to own a now discontinued IQ Tour Emerald, and it's going to be drilled pin above. It's drilled pin above the bridge, CG over, like you guys saw in the photo before I started bowling. And yeah, the finger pitches are not going to be like, you know, it's just drilled normally, like the hole straight down, for those of you who are wondering that. So if you're okay with that, then whatever. But another thing I want to point out, one final thing, is I'm not going to be putting it up to be auctioned immediately after this video goes up, because, you know, that's what I do. As soon as the video goes up, I post the ball to be auctioned off on my eBay page. I'm not going to do that just yet because I still need to take the ball to go get it completely restored. I haven't had it baked, sanded, cleaned, nothing. So I still have to go do that, and once I do that, then I will post it on my eBay page for one of you guys to take it. So if you want to know when that goes up, don't worry. Follow me on Instagram, follow me on Facebook. That's where I will always post, you know, this ball is up for sale. If you're interested, here we go. I also, you know, for those of you who don't have social media and just like to keep it, you know, just on YouTube, I'll put a community post up for that as well when I post this IQ Tour Emerald up for auction. So there you guys go. I'm Frank the Tank. I hope you guys enjoy this IQ Tour Emerald video, and now that this video is done, I have only 2 more ball reviews left out of everything that I managed to record in that short amount of time that they had the lanes open. I've only got 2 left now, so all I can do now is just pray to God that the lanes open up in the next 2 weeks, because that's it. After that, I've got nothing else, and I don't know what I'm gonna do. So yeah, that's it. I won't tell you what they are. I'll leave you guys guessing. But anyway, enough of me rambling. I'm off. So I'll catch you guys in the next one. Later.